Since 1995, the Heritage Foundation and the Wall Street Journal have been publishing the Index of Economic Freedom, which rates economies in over 150 countries. But how do you measure freedom, and why does it matter? I'm Molly Stark, and this is Heritage in Focus.
The world isn't actually as free as you may think. In fact, when we measure economic freedom, we find the average score of 157 countries is just 60.6% free. Now, the United States is number 4 in the world, but it scores only 82% free, which is not something you'd like to see on a test you might take. I think the interesting question is, how do you measure economic freedom? Well, we've revised our methodology, still looking at 10 component freedoms like we always have, but we have a new academic advisory board that helped us make the process even more scientific, more data-driven, using sources from the World Bank to find out things like tax freedom and trade freedom and what the actual measures are using fair data across all countries. Now, the interesting two questions remaining are, one, how did countries do and who's repressed and who's free? But two, why does this matter? Well, why economic freedom matters is that we find strong correlations between economic freedom and economic prosperity. The freest countries in the world have the highest GDP per capita, the lowest unemployment rates, and the lowest inflation rates, things that really matter to people. As far as which countries are doing well, Hong Kong, for the 13th year in a row, has scored the number 1 position, followed by Singapore, followed by Australia, New Zealand, and the United States. We find, though, that in Europe, 12 of the top 20 countries are European. Many Scandinavian countries are much freer than people think. But France, the site of labor riots last year, is not in the top 20. Not even in the top 40. So there are countries out there that desperately need reforms and a how-to guide, and we hope they'll take a look because this is it.
With labor riots in Paris, double-digit unemployment rates across Europe, and every nation struggling to grow its economy, the Index is the ultimate guidebook to prosperity. I'm Molly Stark, and this is Heritage in Focus.